Richmond Hill is a vibrant town located in York Region, which is directly north of the city of Toronto. Once known as the Rose Capital of the world, Richmond Hill is now home to over 200,000 residents. It offers a diverse community, excellent schools, and a super safe, family-friendly environment. Richmond Hill has a ton of park and recreational activities, making it the perfect place to raise a family or for singles, couples, and retirees alike. Stick with me today as I take you through my top 3 pros and cons of Richmond Hill, Ontario. What's up, everybody? If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Toronto and the surrounding areas, like right here in Richmond Hill, then this is exactly where you need to be. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and you tap the bell for notifications so you're the first to know when we drop a new video to the channel. My name is Christina. I'm part of the Living in Toronto real estate team, and every day I help people just like you and you and you and you and you find their dream home, and I absolutely love it. So if that's you, if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or leasing in the near future, make sure you link up with me. All my information is down below. Send me a message, shoot me an email, and we'll get you started on finding your next dream home. What we're going to be doing today is focusing on York Region's very own Richmond Hill. This place is very near and dear to me. This is where I grew up. I know this place like the back of my hand. And if you're looking for a safe, family-friendly neighborhood with lots of different parks and recreational activities, Richmond Hill is where you want to be. I can't say enough good things about this place. However, is it for everybody? Richmond Hill may not be. Stick with me today. We're going to start with our top 3 pros and top 3 cons of Richmond Hill, Ontario. Let's start by talking about real estate. My first pro of Richmond Hill is that it has a variety of different housing options. Now, the majority of types of homes here in Richmond Hill are single-family detached homes. However, there are lots of other townhouses, semi-detached homes, and more recently, lots of condo buildings going up, especially in the downtown area of Richmond Hill, just along Yonge Street. Now, there are over 50,000 families in Richmond Hill, and 85% of residents here actually own the homes that they do live in. Majority of homes here have 4 or more bedrooms, which indicates that the size of the homes is quite large, the affluence of the area, and the fact that there are large family units living together here in Richmond Hill. So whether you're looking for a 1-bedroom condo, a semi-detached town, or a larger family, single detached home, we'll find what you need here in Richmond Hill. The second pro of Richmond Hill is the parks and recreation. Richmond Hill has no shortage of parks and recreational facilities, which definitely makes it a wonderful place to raise a family and certainly piques the interest of those who like to be active and outdoors. There are a total of 13 different community centers, all which offer an array of different types of programs for teens, youth, and adults alike. At Elgin West Community Center, for example, they have swimming lessons, dance lessons, and various other programs that kind of swap in and out depending on the seasons. There are 5 skating rinks in Richmond Hill as well, one which is named after our very own Elvis Stoico, the Olympic figure skater. And in addition to that, there's the Richmond Hill Center for Performing Arts. Fun fact also, if you're into astronomy, Richmond Hill houses the David Dunlap Observatory, which is home to Canada's largest optical telescope, which is amazing. In terms of outdoor green spaces, Mill Pond is a great place to go, as well as Lake Wilcox, which is surrounded by Wilcox Lake Park, 55 hectares in total, so great places to hang out outside with the family. In addition to those 2 places, there are tons of little parkettes peppered throughout the city. If you're a sports fan or interested in sports programs for your children, Richmond Green is definitely the place to go. They have tons of different activities throughout the year. Overall, parks, recreation, and green spaces are top-notch here in Richmond Hill, great for families and adults alike. The third pro of Richmond Hill is its schools. Richmond Hill is known for its highly regarded school system, with many of its elementary and secondary schools ranked top in the province and even nationally. Now, being that Richmond Hill is part of York Region, the York Region Catholic and Public School Boards house many of the schools that are in this area. So between elementary and secondary schools, there are 51 elementary and about 12 secondary schools from those two boards. In addition to that, though, there are other private schools and Montessori's. One such amazing school in Richmond Hill is right behind me. It's called St. Teresa of Lisieux Secondary School. This school is ranked 8th overall in the province, which means it's literally one of the best high schools that students can go to in Ontario, which is absolutely amazing. This kind of school has an AP program, and it really reflects the academic rigor of schools that are in Richmond Hill. Now, other schools in the area offer French immersion programs and IB programs. If you're someone who's moving to the area and you really are concerned with having great educational opportunities for your children, Richmond Hill is the place to be. All right, let's talk about our first con of Richmond Hill, which is that it is expensive. Beauty does not come cheap here, and Richmond Hill actually has some of the highest home prices in all of Canada, proving its popularity and desirability as a place to live. Nearly half of the residents here make over 6 figures, which also shows that it is a fairly affluent place to live, and that affluence is certainly reflected in the prices of homes. The average price of a single-family detached home with 3 bedrooms is $1.5 million, for a 2-bedroom townhouse, $1.1 million, and even for a 1-bedroom condo, nearly $620,000. So the home prices here are quite high, and they have been rising steadily over the years due to things like limited supply and high demand for home buyers. Okay, so con number 2 for Richmond Hill is the nightlife. Compared to other cities, Richmond Hill does not have much of a nightlife. It is primarily a residential place, lots of families. So if you are looking for a lively nightlife, Richmond Hill may not be the place for you. Now, it is worth mentioning that there are some, pubs and bars, places where you can see live music, stuff like that. But overall, those places are very casual. So for people who are seeking, nightclubs, they want to go to concerts, they want that really, really lively nightlife, those types of people would definitely want to be other places, primarily in a place like Toronto, where all of that stuff, happens on a regular basis. And that's usually what happens. Younger people in Richmond Hill will tend to travel to Toronto to, get their fix of that nightlife. Also worth mentioning for Richmond Hill, though, is that there are other types of amenities and things to do. So lots of golf courses. Hillcrest Shopping Center, as well as other types of shopping centers in the area. And several different amazing mom and pop shops where you can go to for dinner. So there are amenities, there are things to do here, but in terms of a lively nightlife, if that's what you're looking for, Richmond Hill would not be the place for you. The third con of Richmond Hill is the public transportation system. Compared to other places like the city of Toronto, the public transportation system here in Richmond Hill does fall short. The system that is here in Richmond Hill is the York Region Transit, the YRT, which includes Viva buses. There is also a GO train station in Richmond Hill. However, this only includes a network of buses, no streetcars, no subway system. So overall, residents here may feel that the public transportation system does fall short. It's not very robust. If, however, you do have a car, transportation is totally fine. Richmond Hill is conveniently located to a lot of major highways, 404, 400, and the 407. 83% of the residents here actually own a car, just showing how car dependent it is. And based on the number of people that are here at the mall who drove in, we know that a lot of residents here have and need cars. So if you don't have a car and you're depending solely on the public transportation system, you're going to find that it's pretty difficult to get around. All right, everybody, that is a wrap. Those are the pros and cons of Richmond Hill, Ontario. I hope you now have a better idea of what this place has to offer. So if you're someone who's looking to move, whether it's 9 days or in 90 days, whether it's Richmond Hill or anywhere else in Toronto or the GTA, make sure you hit me up. All of my information's down below, and I would be happy to help you make your move as smooth as possible. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe to the Living in Toronto YouTube channel, and make sure, if you haven't already done so, you check out this video on the BRRRR method for real estate investing. Thank you so much for sticking with me today. Stay safe, and I hope to catch you living in Toronto really soon.